Hey everyone, what's up all you ghosts? Elite Ghost here, and welcome back to a new Elite News video. A movie news video about a movie series / franchise. And this is about the Mission Impossible series ending, and does it need to end? So, I got this on Cinema Blend, and it says here the Mission Impossible series doesn't need to end, but Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt needs to retire. Yeah, especially at the age that he's in now. Probably, definitely so. I got an article here. Something huge is coming. Okay, so it starts here from this article. Something huge is coming in the latest Mission Impossible sequel, as Dead Reckoning Part 1 continues the franchise that's produced some of the best action movies. The past of Ethan Hunt seems to be catching up with him rather fiercely in the present. The stakes could never be higher. Could it be higher? With a potential finale to Hunt's big spy game rumored to be on the horizon. Being a fan of the series since its inception, it happened to favor that outcome. While writer/director Christopher McQuarrie says that Mission Impossible 8 isn't the end of the franchise, it should certainly be Ethan Hunt's retirement party. Let's dig into why 2024's Dead Reckoning Part 2 should be the finale mission that Mr. Hunt should choose to accept. Dead Reckoning seems to be positioned as the conclusion of Ethan Hunt's story. Despite Christopher McQuarrie's previously vague stance on Mission Impossible 9, and beyond the writer-director who's been in the driver's seat since Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and told Fandango that Dead Reckoning's conclusion in 2024 isn't the end of the series. It's happy news, as the Mission Impossible team apparently have an idea in mind for the future. And yet, this 7th mission has been sold as a huge deal for Ethan Hunt. Talk of Ethan's ultimate objective, and how this mission is going to cost him dearly, fills the latest trailer for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. If that doesn't sound like an end of the road scenario, I don't know what does. That sort of attitude seems to be reflected in the real world, as well as rumors of Tom Cruise's departure have kicked up yet again. Just like Ethan Hunt, Mr. Cruise's past in this franchise plays an important role in where we're at now. The vibes are certainly there, and it's not the first time that feeling has come to play. We've already had an Ethan Hunt retirement fake-out. Oh yeah, I've heard and read this before, years ago. If the original ending to Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol had played out the way it was planned, Ethan Hunt would have become the IMF secretary. What's the secretary? Whatever happened to being director? Isn't that like the big boss of Mission Impossible? I mean, of the IMF, of the Impossible Missions Force? What about the operations manager? Nah, IMF director sounds cooler. Give him in that big role position. Back in 2011, speculation, back to the article. Back in 2011, speculation had even pointed out then franchise newbie William Brandt, Jeremy Renner, as the potential new point man for the next generation of IMF agents. As we all know, that never really happened, with Tom Cruise ready to deliver a huge 2-part mission between the summers of 2023 and 2024. Though Cruise has pledged to do stunts for as long as he humanly can, that promise doesn't include staying on the mission team per se. There's a sense of finality in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, as it's aiming to be the most dangerous and maybe the most impossible mission that Ethan Hunt has ever tackled. if they're treated to another surprise continuation of Ethan's main character era at the end of Dead Reckoning Part 2, it could come off as ridiculous without the right concept, which at this point would have to be something very specific. If we're treated to another surprise continuation of Ethan's main character era at the end of Dead Reckoning Part 2, it could come off as ridiculous without the right concept, which at this point would have to be something very specific. Okay. Tom Cruise still has other non-Mission Impossible projects he's hoping to tackle. Going back to the issue of Tom Cruise's career as a stunt performer actor, he still has that Spacebound film in development for Universal, as the Top Gun Maverick star is shooting to become the first civilian to do an actual spacewalk. That's just one of the projects he's going on the tarmac, awaiting takeoff. Were he to continue acting as the lead of the Mission Impossible saga, acting as the lead of the Mission Impossible saga, pictures such as these could very easily fall into development hell. We've seen it happen before with the proposed Tropic Thunder spin-off focused around his obnoxious studio executive character, Les Grossman, languishing in the shadows for over a decade. Hopeful talk from last summer alleged that Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie are supposedly fixated on Les Grossman, meaning this once promising idea might be on the rebound immediately. Those sorts of pursuits are difficult to engage in when a major tentpole franchise is in the works. So for anything to reflourish, Tom Cruise would more than likely have to say goodbye to Mission Impossible. Oh man. Okay, so here's my thoughts on this, y'all people. Do I want to see Tom Cruise's Spacebound space movie? Yes, I do. I'm very interested in seeing that. I want to see him be the first actor to be in space, first civilian to be in space to do a spacewalk. And I've read somewhere that it might be titled SpaceX. Well, probably not. Maybe Spacewalk or Spacebound. And Mission Impossible Fallout was the first movie that got me interested in seeing Tom Cruise in theaters for the first time. Yes, that was the first movie I've watched with him in it in theaters. And I've watched Top Gun Maverick. I'm gonna watch Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2. And I'm gonna watch his Spacebound movie. I'm excited for that. I'm interested, and I'm going to watch that. And Tom Cruise, if you're watching this at a later time, after the Spacebound movie already came out, just so you know, I've already seen it. Okay? Yeah. And so, okay, so, but the thing is though, the Tropic Thunder movie with the Les Grossman character, I really don't see that coming back, to be honest. I'm not interested in that one. I don't really see that one coming back, to be honest. But out of the other projects, she said that out of the other non-Mission Impossible projects, the Spacebound movie is the only one that I'm interested in seeing him in and going to watch in theaters. So, yeah. Tom Cruise, whatever it is you do, please stay safe and please come back. And do great, please. Thank you. Okay, so I got more here. The Tropic Thunder Les Grossman character from... Y'all remember that scene in the end credits where he was actually dancing? Bald-headed dude with the glasses. And overweight, like what? You know, he was in the end credits dancing, and he was in that scene with that other guy. He was dancing to that Ludacris song. I know you want the good in you. Oh my goodness. Saying inappropriate stuff. Okay, so moving on. Back to the article. Ethan Hunt may have become more of a liability than an asset to the IMF. Dipping into the reality presented in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, there's an in-universe reason for Ethan Hunt to retire as well. It's kind of surprising that it's taken this long for our super spy's career to get to such a boiling point, but judging by what is being shown in the trailers, they may have become more of a liability. Ethan may have become more of a liability than an asset to the IMF. Now, I don't think so. Thinking back to all the important people he's almost seen killed or harmed throughout his career, the dedication of this Tom Cruise's hero not to accept a mission his team can't walk away from is admirable. It's also increasingly unlikely as the stakes have been raising ever higher in Christopher McQuarrie's serialized story approach. A boiling point was bound to be reached someday, and that moment seems to have arrived. Okay, so here's something else here. Given Agent Hunt a proper send-off, or that promotion to IMF secretary is well-earned ending. To a character who's entertained through death-defying stunts and keen intellect for almost 30 years, while also paving the way for the future. But that's a decision that's above my pay grade, as I'm just an analyst. That being said, if there's a good idea that keeps Ethan in play for a couple more movies, I'm not against it. Yeah, I'm not against that either. All of this rests on the outcome of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which will send Part 1 into theaters July 12th, and has Part 2 currently slated to take its bows on June 28th, 2024, next year. Okay, so here's my thoughts on this. Now, there's people out there saying that, should they kill off Ethan Hunt? No, because I don't like that idea. I don't want them to. Really because I just don't want them to kill off Ethan Hunt. He's pretty much the only character outside of anything else. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Transformers, TMNT, G.I. Joe related. But do I think Ethan Hunt needs to retire? Yes, I do think he needs to retire. I think we should have him go retire and live on his family's parents. I think he should go live on his parents' farm that was mentioned in the first movie in Mission Impossible, all the way back in 1996 in the first Mission Impossible movie, Mission Impossible 1, where Eugene Kittredge talks to Ethan in that aquarium restaurant, and he threw that explosive gum and water came out everywhere, and then Ethan jumped and ran out of that place. And do I think he should retire and quit being a field agent and stop going out in the field? Yes. Do I think he should stop being a field agent and stop going out there in the field risking his life? and he should just become IMF secretary or director? Yes, I do think so. I actually really do want to see that. And y'all are probably wondering, what is the point of having Ethan Hunt retire on his family's farm and go live in the house there? That was said by Eugene Kittredge in the first movie decades ago that was put in receivership. Like, what is the point of him retiring to his family's house and having him live there for the rest of his days peacefully, having him retire peacefully, and then bring him back to become IMF secretary director? Like, what's the point of that? Well, maybe if Tom Cruise does come back, they could pull or bring back Ethan Hunt out of retirement and have him go on more missions with other people and other agents. Although one thing for sure is that they better not kill off Luther Stickle, Ving Rhames' character. They better not. Because Ving Rhames, Luther Stickle, he's been there ever since the beginning. He's a core staple, and he has been the only consistent character besides Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible. So they better not kill him off. Please, keep Ving Rhames and Luther Stickle, please. Okay? And there's also been people, I've been reading other stuff that people were saying, their comments, and people were saying no, don't kill off Ethan Hunt. They should not kill off Ethan Hunt. Because we've already seen, like, other action hero stars like James Bond and John Wick die in their last movies. And for Ethan Hunt, it feels different. That's what people are saying. Not me, but yeah, I don't want them to kill off Ethan Hunt. Yeah, he's one of my favorite, best characters outside of anything else, like Marvel and DC, like I said. Because people out there are saying it feels different. Because that's why they should not kill off Ethan Hunt. Yeah, they shouldn't kill off Ethan. Don't do that. Just have him retire, and just be IMF director / secretary. Yeah, like have him be like the big boss that sit in the director's chair. If he's gonna come back out of retirement from his family's farm. That's how I would retire him and then bring him back for more movies, by having him be IMF director. Like, they even brought back Henry Czerny as IMF director, but man, he's old now too. Yeah, I think Eugene Kittredge needs to retire as well. I think he needs to retire. And there's also other characters like Lawrence Fishburne's. Like where did his character go? Theodore Brassel from MI3. Like where did he go? And there's also Anthony Hopkins' character from MI2, from Mission Impossible 2. Like where did he go? What happened to him? Well, I'm pretty sure he retired. Maybe, probably. But at Mission Impossible 3, they actually did have Ethan Hunt retire and live with his wife. And then they ended up bringing him back out of retirement to save and rescue someone. And then after that, he was still an IMF agent again, still in Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol, and in MI5 and in MI6. And that's where things kicked up, because I even heard that Paramount Studios, they don't think that Tom Cruise can still do these dangerous stunts while in his 40s. Well, guess what? He's still doing it to this day. He still did it anyway. So yeah, I'm very proud of him. thank you, Tom Cruise, for the great action and stunts, and thanks for the great movies you made. Yeah, man, dude. You know what? Hang on. I just now started thinking. It says in the article Christopher McQuarrie said, the director of Mission Impossible, he said that Mission Impossible 8 is not the end of the series, but he said it should be Ethan Hunt's retirement party. So yeah, I don't think they are going to kill him off. Yeah, I think he is going to retire. But anyways, we don't know for sure till the movie comes out, so we just gotta wait and see. God, I hope they don't kill Ethan off. Yeah, Ethan Hunt really is Tom Cruise's best character. And also, I really do want to see another Edge of Tomorrow movie, the Live, Die, Repeat movie with the aliens, mimics, those black spiky aliens, and those exosuits with the guns on the back, guns on the arms and stuff, those exosuits. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see a sequel to that movie again. And Emily Blunt, the actress who was working with Tom Cruise on Edge of Tomorrow like years ago, that movie that was based on manga and nobody's watching it, man. It is actually really cool that Tom Cruise was in a movie like that. That was based on manga. The Japanese manga, like anime, because manga means comics. Because manga is basically Japanese comics, like American comics, but manga is Japanese comics. That's what it's called, manga. Yeah, I find that really cool that Tom Cruise was in a movie like that. And also the Last Samurai movie. I've never watched it. I was never interested, but I think I might be watching it. Maybe, I don't know. And they said they used real swords in that movie, yo. Tom Cruise, man, when it comes to like stunts, man, he really does go so far to like make everything real. Just like in Mission Impossible 2, he had a knife inches closest to his face, to his eyes. Like, dang. And in The Last Samurai, he used real swords, and I also heard he did all the stunts too with Haruki Sanada. Nice to see those two back again. Yo, Tom Cruise, he really is like the American Jackie Chan almost, now that I think about it. That Chris Duckman said, but yeah. I want to see another Edge of Tomorrow movie with those exosuits where he dies and then comes back to life by time traveling back and then starting the whole process of thing back over again. And yes, I am interested in seeing his Spacebound movie. And I hope to see more Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise in it as Ethan Hunt. And the fact that on how old he is, there are still some action stars out there like Sylvester Stallone and Harrison Ford still doing action movies today, including Liam Neeson in that new Retribution movie. Well, that's not like Mission Impossible, that's completely different, but... And I also wonder what it would be like if Tom Cruise was in a Transformers movie or a Star Wars type of movie or a adventure type of movie like an Uncharted, Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones type of movie, and a zombie apocalypse type of movie. Yeah, zombie apocalypse type of movie, or maybe a horror movie. Or well, I don't like horror, but something tells me someone could do something with horror with Tom Cruise. And I also want to see Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves in a movie together. In a movie, like I really do want to see that. Hearing that from Struggle Nation. Like, one of those dudes said he said that he needs to see Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves, like Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise in a movie together. And I think he said that in that John Wick Chapter 4 movie review. And also like to see Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan together, and also Keanu Reeves with them as well. Yeah. three of the biggest stars in a movie together. How amazing and surprising. Anyways, I guess that's it for today, yo. This video is like very long now, so I should really end it. So, anyways, please like, subscribe, and share if you're new to my channel. It'll help me out a lot. I would appreciate it a lot. And click that subscribe button to become a ghost, and click that notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. Peace out. See you later. Stay safe, be good, and be well to everyone. And goodbye.